To battle, Packmates! And welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, or Orion Pirates Plus mod. I am Captain Tirek of the heavy cruiser Bloodspiller, as we continue our campaign against the Lyran Star League. And we have successfully captured the planet/station here at 6D, which makes an absolutely perfect staging area to pressure into the rest of Lyran space, which is, of course, our intention, since they are, of course, evil Barbarians. So let's push back out into space, cause a little bit more havoc, and win a couple more missions. We're currently sitting at 2,819 prestige, saving up for, well, anything cool that comes our way. We haven't run into any battle cruisers, it's still pretty early for that to happen, or anything worth buying, quite frankly. So we'll pop up to our speed of 9, come over here, make sure that we prep a Wild Weasel. This is not as critically as important as it was in the last campaign, where, you know, plasma was the rule of the day, but it's still kind of important. Oh, looks like it's a trap. We are squaring off against a fleet button, a light cruiser, and a heavy a light carrier, which is in a heavy cruiser form. That's not great. We might be able to fight this off. I'd like to. Successfully managing to beat missions like this is actually pretty useful. It gives you an absolute metric ton of prestige, which we would love to have if at all possible. Of course, you know, you actually have to survive the mission. But I think we might be able to do it. Let's kick up the speed a bit. I want to pressure that light cruiser first. Simply because he's closer, I think. Maybe? You're 50, you're 44. Yeah, we should be able to lunge into him first. Let's select disruptors, go overload on those. Make sure that I am charging them at the best rate that I possibly can. Our ESG is at full power. Forward shield to the max. Reinforce that. And we have our first Wild Weasel done. We'll prep the second, just because we have it. We may as well. So he's firing a light disruptor fire. Our disruptors are fully charged and ready to rock. Set the capacitor, or the ESG, to absolute minimum range. We will kick this sucker on and bash into him like a wrecking ball. So lined up nice and tight. He's fired out his missiles. Kick him on. All weapons select. Ow! That hurt a lot. I saw it. I didn't expect it. And I forgot that our disruptors won't fire at a range of 0. He's blinking away at us. Let's get these disruptors fired off and set them back down to normal so that we're not wasting any energy on that. So our forward shield is down. That's not great. That is really not great. The Transwine. So apparently the Barak like a little bit of something extra. Didn't actually need to do that. We're pretty much mostly fine. Turn into me. Turn into me. All right, let's knock down your forward shield and just start causing damage into you. There we go. Come on, all phasers. All phasers. You should have an arc on that. You're not a rear-firing phaser. You're an entire side half. More than able to take down that. He has managed to bust through our shields. Let's set shielding to 360 degrees. And he is coming in, but not super quickly. Fire disruptors into his stern. Cut right through. ESG's kicked on. This will hit. Cause nice amount of damage there. We still have taken a little bit of nasty damage. We don't want to take too much more. We are really gutting this guy pretty badly. Marines, how you do? Not quite in a position I would want to try that. Fire out a phaser. Fire out another phaser. And we're going to actually continue our course and speed away from these guys. They are doing a speed of 26. That's going to be really hard to get away from, and our ESG is not going to be ready in time. We'll pop the ESG up to a range of 1, so it's more designed to take on fighters. And anything you got. Drop a mine. Let's see if we can't ward off these fighters a little bit. Make sure that they stay a little bit away from us. Second group of fighters coming in. They should be preparing to shoot fairly soon. And they do have to maneuver around the field. So long-range disruptor fire coming from him. ESG, I'm setting you to a range of 2. Kick them both on. Let's go ham on this guy. So both ESGs online. And let them smash into it. All the fighters are destroyed out of that group. There's the other fighter group. We managed to hit our own mine. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. And then we took quite a few hits, blasting him pretty good, and took out all the fighters. Excellent. Drop a mine on you. That may be slightly out of range. Let's pull away from that carrier so that he can't hurt us too badly. We don't need to patch that. We do need to patch these, though. Any stern firing phasers? Nope, nothing quite available yet. So we are still at full power. This carrier is actually pretty decently well armed. I'm surprised he's not launching anything our way. I would be. Also, I would probably be trying to get a little bit closer to support the transwine just a little bit, but he's not all that interested in that. So we will be able to probably kill him with this volley. There we go. Target destroyed. Last target is this carrier. Let's pick up some speed. We'll play around the mine a little bit. He does have 4 disruptors, which does make him quite dangerous. At this sort of long-range blinking, he'll be able to shoot those every single turn. I'm assuming, yeah, his shields are actually pretty serious. So we managed to take out 1. I'd like to take you both out. So I'm going to patch up this Phaser 3, make sure that it gets back into full power. He hasn't managed to cause any huge damage to us quite yet. How's the shield reinforcement coming? Not great. Show me the power stats. So we are still managing to avoid most of the damage from that. So we'll set this capacitor back down to a range of 0. We are going to want to smash right into him. We're also going to want to get into his stern, which we should be able to do. He is a light carrier, heavy cruiser type, and we are technically a command cruiser, but we should be able to maneuver around on him. We've right now got 11 points into our shields, but it's spread 6 ways, so really it's about 2 points onto the shields. So he's not being particularly accurate, which is nice. Let's come in here. Let's start kicking out a point of ECM. Make him a little bit have a harder time actually hitting us. I think he's using this mine against us almost as much as we're using it against him. Gosh darn, that's being pretty annoyingly clever. We're going to tighten up the shield reinforcement because I'm not actually helping us. And then kick off that one to this one. Reinforce. Oh, don't get too close to that. Don't get too close to the mine. You don't want to do that. Just the forward shield to the reinforcement now. We don't have a great deal of shield reinforcement, frankly. And all up and select. So lay into him and then slam him with the expanding sphere generator. We did take a couple of nasty hits on that one. And we are doing more than enough speed to outrun that, no problem. One of our ESGs is flat out down, and we have lost a point of power. We are going to repair that immediately. I want to patch that ESG. I don't care if we lose it for a little while. And we'll just continue to outrun these. Select the disruptors. We're going to be doing most of our combat with them. So as long as we can stay in his baffles. As long as we can stick around behind him, he won't be able to actually hurt us. Of course, you know, he turns quite well, and he's managed to take out a very important shield. It's a very, very important shield, actually. He's fired another 4 missiles our way. We should have the phasers up, having no trouble taking those out. Okay, didn't need that, so cut that back down to 0. Disruptors, come on, turn in just a little bit more. Getting some damage in. We're close enough. We're going to fire with all our phasers. Unfortunately, most of our phasers had to defend. And we kicked on the ESG. Let's cut down our speed. I want to get nose on again. I'm not happy about him being able to shoot free shots down the nose. We did manage to take out those missiles. We will now be facing him. And we'll cause a little bit of damage to that shield, or at least try. He's managed to knock out our forward shields. This carrier is annoyingly well armed, but we might be able to cut in close enough to hurt him. Come on, bash it. Yep, we hit him. Any weapons you got left? No, we don't really have much left right now. Shield reinforcement, go back to 360. We're just not in a great position to be countering him. Okay, we flew around the mine. He still has all his disruptors available. He's a carrier without fighters, yet he is still kind of beating us. He's got a pretty significant phaser armament. Let's patch up these engines. We need more power. Next thing I want is these starboard side phaser 3s. He did fire most of his disruptors. Hasn't had a whole heck of a lot of luck aiming at. So we managed to knock out his nose, and then he really hurt us with that one there. Got a couple of really nice hits in there. Drop a mine. Any weapon that you've got, fire on that heading. Come on, anything. He should run right into that. Another good hit right there. Come on, anything down. Anything. We've kicked on both of our ESGs. Let's go helm. Full turn. We'll use the ESG as a defense, but I would like to smash into him with it. Bounce, 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 bounce. Come right in. All up and select. Gun down that forward sector. We are going to fly right into him, because despite the amount of damage that he's dealing to us. And another couple of hits. Turn off there. onto a somewhat weakened side, but that's okay. Continue to repair the engine. We're 5 points of energy down. Not great, but it does look like we've managed to take out most of his hind claws. He will have missiles available soon. Let's turn off, see if we can't get any shield facing in that direction. Patch to that, Phaser 3. I would like that disruptor back, but I'm not about to waste the time and effort on it. Don't really have a weapon to shoot at you from this angle. And your phasers are annoyingly accurate. But if you do give me a down-the-throat shot, I am going to take it. So, select 2 for the phasers. Good hits. Select 1 for disruptors. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a down-the-throat shot on that one. Just the mine's in the way. I can't turn in too much. Come on. And I'm not quite ballsy enough to try that. Phasers. Nothing quite ready to shoot on the phaser. He still has quite a few missiles. Got the ESG back on. Both of them are charged. It's a point-blank range shot. Let's maneuver in a little bit closer to him. And then we need defense. We need 2. Whew, that was close. We'll turn these missiles around. Oh, that 40 damage we did with that expanding sphere generator, that did it. He's mostly crippled here. I would try and capture him, however, there is a glitch with this mission that if you capture an enemy ship, instead of gaining the bonus prestige for destroying the enemy, it seems to, for some reason, have it attached to the ship's winning. And because they're winning on your team, you lose an absolute metric ton of prestige. Don't quite ask me to explain it. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but yeah, if you capture their ship, you lose like 900 prestige, which is really odd. So he still has a couple of missiles, it seems. ESG. Oh no, the ESG is going to be a little while. And it should kick on now. Here we go. This ought to kill him. 2 ESGs, point blank range, ripped his ship apart. So we managed to fight our way out of that, destroyed a light cruiser and a light carrier. So not bad. Not bad for a single outing there. Let's see how much prestige they decide to award us with that one. 550 prestige, not bad at all. And a tile taken. We do, however, need to go back for repairs. As long as we're here, let's check the shipyard. We're at 3369, so we might find something. And no. Oh, the first of the battlecruiser line. 2475. The Wildcat battlecruiser is equipped with only 2 disruptors instead of our... Oh, no, 4 disruptors, so it's on 3 mounts instead of 2. 4 expanding sphere generators, which could come up to quite a bit of damage at point-blank range. Compared to our... Is it? No, it's not going to be easy to just check back and forth. Bengal Tiger, the plus upgrades it. So right now we're at 20, 24, 36. And if we were to take the wonderful BC, it would be 20, 24, 26. So it would be a significant increase in shields. However, there is a Wildcat battlecruiser with a phaser refit and a shield upgrade. So I think we're going to hold out for that, because additional phasers is always very nice. So we'll wait until we see BC PH1, PH plus, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're not quite looking for this one. We want something a little bit better. So we'll go to supplies, patch up the 99 damage that we took, give ourselves 2 more admin shuttles just in case. We did go through a couple of repair parts on that one. We want to make sure that we're back up in a pretty good position. We need more mines. We use them a little bit more often than in other campaigns, and a few more marines, just in case. So, no. Epicenter is a horribly boring and annoying mission that involves you basically tractor beaming friendly freighters that are mostly disabled, dragging them to the end of the map, and then letting them fly off. Rinse and repeat. It's annoying, it's boring, and it's no fun at all. So, we'll hit the red alert. We will prep a Wild Weasel, just in case. You never quite know. Come in here for the shield reinforcement. Not quite yet, simply because I want to make sure that our capacitor is charging at full power. This capacitor, I think, just eats as much energy as it possibly can get. We are escorted today by Call of the Wild, which I believe is a movie or a book. It's a movie. Is it Taika Waititi who directs it? I think so. I may be wrong on that. I may be thinking something else. But movie or some kind. This is a light cruiser equipped with 2 ESGs, 2 Phaser 2s, and 4 Phaser 3s. So basically just a little bit bigger than that frigate. Also, the cannot read your name, the Marak Killer. Hi, Marak Killer. It's the it appears to be that one freighter that seems to follow our combat group around quite a bit. It survived that last time that we fought with it, and we were pretty surprised at that. We're currently squaring off against a battle cruiser. It is ZBC, so a Marak battle cruiser of some description. Let's set a probe out his way to find out exactly what we're getting involved with. I'm going to estimate 6 missiles, but that could be wrong. He'll probably have at least 6 disruptors, though. He's, after all, a battle cruiser. I hope and don't think he'll have MIRVs. That would be a V in the title of the ship. So he's got... Oh, no, he's 4 and 4. Okay. So that's not too bad. So you got 4 disruptors, 4 missile launchers. They're A-type missile launchers. So the short racks, they only can fire 4, 5 times before they're completely out of ammunition. And then he's got the 2 plinking forward phasers, 2 probably 360-degree phasers, and then he's got the hind claws, the 8 phaser 3s, which we find on so many Marak heavy cruiser types. So I think we are pretty well suited to be able to fight him, though. So we'll pump up the forward shield. Let's go to overload disruptors. I think it'll be worth it, and make sure that our radius is the absolute minimum on that. That way we can bash him with the force of a truck, or several trucks. Actually, when you think about it, the amount of damage that it deals in relation to how big these ships are, it's a small nuclear explosion almost. Yeah, because we're driving a very large ship in at relatively high speeds. So high mass, high speed, and energy shield. It's quite entertaining. The Marak Killer, of course, being incredibly aggressive, always rushing forward. Looks like we're squaring off against the Bone Hammer. So we've got our second decoy prepared. We're not going to prep anymore. It's really just an emergency oh crap clause. It's not like back in the Gorn campaign where it was like, you must have a Wild Weasel, you will end up using 1, possibly even 3 of them in a single match, and if you don't have them, you're basically inviting yourself to be killed. Here it's, we can shoot down your missiles. So the Marak Killer and Call of the Wild rushing in, managing to get involved well before the heavy cruiser, but I think that's appropriate. Let the screening elements do battle. Call of the Wilder people, that's what I'm thinking, not Call of the Wild. So we'll continue to focus on this Marak battleship. Disruptors are fully charged and ready to rock in overload mode. Can't shoot from this range. Overload limits their range down to only being able to hit out to a range of 8. So not a huge amount of range, but it basically doubles the firepower. So we'll basically ram right into him. And we will select prepare to basically smash into him. Kicking on the expanding sphere generator. He's fired his missiles. Fire disruptors into him. All up and select. And we did take that. I did not quite turn that on in time. And so we lost a little bit of damage. Select that to normal. We did cut through. Did 73 damage. Knocked out 2 of his phaser 3s. And knocked out 1 of his phaser 1s. And it looks like also one of his disruptors is currently in not great shape. Let's slow way down. Let him pass in front of us. I'm content to allow him to do that. The hind claws aren't quite nearly as dangerous as the rest of his ship, and we are traveling. We were traveling slow enough. Unfortunately, our friend, the Marak Killer, decided to set those bombs off in front of us. I think he's trying to get us killed. We'll fire our weapons in. Unfortunately, we just activated our ESG. Oh no, he activated a high energy turn, not the ESG. Although the ESG will come online quite shortly. Come on, keep hitting that button. If it comes online, we might be able to really hurt him. Only 1 ESG is left. Knocked out the other one. Come on. ESG's kicked on, and we're at point-blank range. So this ought to hurt him. So point-blank range ESGs from multiple ships managed to really cause some overlapping damage. We need to get out of here kind of quickly, because he's going to blow up soon, and I can't quite see my shields all that well. I think I've got a double green shield facing towards him, but I could be wrong. Now it's just a red shield, that I'm sure of. So we'll set 2 of the defensive tractors. Don't do that! Do not do that! You're gonna kill me. So it looks like he's dropped down to a speed of 3. He does not want to get killed. And Call of the Wild is basically right on top of him. That's... What? What are you doing? Apparently he's docking with him so that he may dispense Marines directly on board. And... Come on. We just need a couple good hits here and it'll basically wipe him out. All up and select. Point blank range. We'll have a couple more phasers on the starboard side. Kick on right there. There we go. Target destroyed. And then the expanding sphere generator comes on. It takes a little while for that thing to warm up. So until it does, well, you're stuck. 148 prestige. Not bad at all. We do have to go back home. Unfortunately, we're not doing quite super great in the survival department. We're at 3295. Looks like we found the Dreadnought Phaser Plus, the Lion Dreadnought, equipped with 4 ESGs, 6 Disruptor 4s, so quite far range. They shoot out to 39.99. 10 Phaser 1s, 4 Phaser 3s, so they increased probably a couple of Phaser 2s to Phaser 1s. Oh no, it just added in 2 more Phaser 1s flanking, which I suppose is a nice addition. It also, oh, it took away 2 of the Phaser 3s and made them Phaser 1s. That's reasonable. This would be cool if, what's the difference between the Desert Lion and the normal one? Oh, it's a light dreadnought. I gotcha. I understand how you're doing this now. So it looks like the DNLs are probably the most powerful thing we can field right now. Unfortunately, 1, it's slightly outside of our price range, and 2, we're not quite interested in the DNL. Although this is just a DN standard. So yeah, we're not quite interested in this. Maybe if we come back the next time and we've got enough cash for it, we might pick it up. But I would really like something a little bit bigger. Ooh, DNP. A Lion Dreadnought with... I would have assumed that the P would be pseudo-fighters, but no, it's a power update, so they give it additional power generation. So the DNP brings you from 55 to 59, so 4 additional points of power without any sort of additional weapons from the P+. So yeah, DNP lowercase p is a power upgrade, which just got introduced and would be probably a really nice ship, actually. Yeah, now we've got a whole bunch of stuff. So an era just ticked over. Yeah, it's 2270.1, so a brand new generation. We are into the medium era now. A whole bunch of brand new ships, a whole bunch of upgraded vessels have just come out. Unfortunately, we'll need 4104 in order to pick up that Dreadnought, and I actually would be kind of interested in picking that one up. I don't think it'll be around by the time we come back. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Before we go, we're just going to quickly patch the repair. We're good on that, and we're good on that. So just quickly do that. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Managing to do a little light skirmishing, try and secure our position here at 6-3. Pressure the Marak, push them back a little bit, and also build up our prestige so we can build, or buy, something quite nice and powerful. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.